morning and welcome back to another session of Java programming language. In the last video we have discussed about the get and post method. We have also seen one example of servlet. In today's video we will see one more example of Java servlet, and after that we will discuss about the deployment descriptor, that is web.xml file. So I have already created a web project. So in this example, what I am going to do, I'll simply create a form which will have two text box. User will input two numbers in the text box, and after submitting, the form data will go to the servlet. Servlet will read those numbers and then perform the addition, and the result will be sent back to the client or user. So this is all I'm going to do. Let us create a form. Action is equal to say serve form. Now create, enter first number, create the first text box, input, type is equal to number, name is equal to t1, and use br for the next line. Let us copy paste this in the next line. Use t2 and enter second number. Now let us add one submit button. Input type is equal to submit and value is equal to add. So this will add. This is the caption actually of the button. Now let us create this servlet serve. So right click on new and servlet, create a servlet serve, add check this checkbox, and now we have already discussed what is the use of this, what is the role of this process request method. This method is actually the user defined method and it is not a standard method. The standard service method in HTTP servlet classes do get and do post. Since we have not mentioned any method in the form, it will by default take the get method. So ultimately it will invoke the do get method, and do get method will pass the request to this process request method. So I have already discussed what is the use of this line, response.set content type. This is used to set the content type of the response page. One more line we need to print something on the web page, that is object of print title class. Print writer out is equal to response dot get writer. So now our task is to read the values of text box. Let us read those values one by one. Print a is equal to request dot get parameter, and the name of first text box was t1. So as I have already told you that this request.get parameter returns the string type value. So I need to typecast it to the integer. We can typecast the string to integer using the integer dot parseInt method. Let us copy this line and use int b is equal to request.get parameter and t2. So we have already read both text box. Now let us add them. Okay. Sum is equal to a plus b and print the value, print the result, out dot print and result is equal to sum. So that's it. Now let us try to run it. So you can see it is opening the browser now, and this is our first text box. Suppose 4 and 5, and the result is 9.
Okay, let me draw your attention to the URL bar also.
Here you can see that T1 is equal to 4 and T2 is equal to 5. Since we have used the get method for sending the data to the from the client to server, it is showing the parameters list in the URL. So this is the example. Now let us discuss about, now let us see what is the, now let us see the, what is deployment descriptor or web.xml we are talking about. Let us open the configuration file of this. This is the web.xml file. See, this web.xml file contains two type of tags. The first one is this servlet tag, and the second one is this servlet mapping tag. Each tag further contains two subtags: servlet name, servlet class, and in servlet mapping, servlet name and URL pattern. So if we have 4 servlet in our web project, then there will be there will be 4 such copies. I mean, there will be 4 servlet tags and 4 servlet mapping tags. So now let us try to understand how the web container or servlet container maps the request for the servlet to the exact servlet. When the request comes, it first sees its URL pattern. In URL pattern we have something. Then servlet container sees the servlet name corresponding to this URL pattern. This servlet name here is the alias name, that is duplicate name. We can use any name here, but this name, this servlet name here and servlet name here should be same. Actually this is used for mapping. So if I change it to ABC, it will still work. ABC and ABC. So URL pattern is mapped to ABC, then ABC is mapped with this ABC, and after that it invokes, the servlet container invokes the corresponding servlet class, that is this class serve. See, what is this URL pattern? This is the name. This is the actually the servlet call, which we give at the time of calling the servlet in the form tag. Let us see. In this index.html file, if I change the name as xyz, so basically what is happening, I am calling the servlet xyz. When I submit this form, this servlet xyz will be called, and this xyz I should write here. So xyz will come in the URL pattern, then servlet, this is the internal alias name, this name and this name should be same, ABC, and this way it will invoke the, see, we are calling the servlet by the name xyz, and it will invoke the servlet. So this is how the mapping is done in web container. So this is all for now. Thank you.